this content is for kids.
It's not for kids.
Isn't that what I said?
No, it's not for kids. If you are 13 years or younger, this is not for you. Do I have to kill somebody in order to actually make that point across?
No, man, you don't have to kill
Wait
no
a
one.
second.
No.
When we return to our planet, the High Court may well sentence you to torture.
He likes movies, we like movies. SeptumSin versus the world. SeptumSin versus the world. SeptumSin versus the world. SeptumSin versus the world. I'd buy that for $1.
Greetings! You're watching SeptumSin versus the world. I'm SeptumSin. This is Kotobukijake.
Right?
And we're here to show you what we got.
Yeah.
Show me what you got. I want to see what you got. Oh boy.
Alright. Huh. Oh, you got our shirt on here today.
I
just noticed
do.
that, yes.
Doing some self-promotion.
So, with that being said, we got some fun stuff. I'll be starting us off. You know, it's odd. After this week, I only have 2 more video games left to show.
Oh.
So, we're going to start with some classic isometric RPGs. One that was a remake of classic isometrics, which was Pillars of Eternity, which actually did get which gave these kind of a new life, so to speak, which is kind of cool in and of itself. I mean, I have not played many of these since Baldur's Gate back in the day, but it is really cool to have it. Obsidian did these. It brought Obsidian back from the dead, essentially, and I do look forward to trying it out. I got this really cheap for less than $10, so
Nice.
I look forward to it. Look forward to never playing it.
Good times.
Yep.
And I look forward to probably never watching this. I've got a couple things to start off with. Actually, most of what I have this week, what I have is actually library pickups. And this is one that I've been sitting on for some minutes time. And this is a video game tie-in. Halo Legends.
Wow.
It's shiny.
It is shiny.
Very shiny. And it's science fiction animated saga, apparently. I know very little about this, but I got it really cheap, and why not?
Why not? So, to go along with that is another famous one based off of the 3rd Ed D&D engine. So you could actually understand this game's mechanics because you've played this. Actually, you've played 2nd Ed too, so you got some knowledge of some of these. And that's Neverwinter Nights Enhanced Edition. Again, another re-released one. So an Xbox One, so we can check that bad boy out. Again, isometric, a lot of tongue-in-cheek humor. I am curious about this one. This one got a lot of praise back in the day.
Cool.
I don't know. Never played it back then, but I do plan on checking it out eventually.
Good deal.
Yep.
Another one that I have heard of and was planning to look at for some time and just never got around to it. And I had an opportunity to pick it up dirt cheap from the library. Is a movie called Mao's Last Dancer, which is got a bunch of it's a Bruce Beresford film, interestingly enough, and about dancing. And you got Bruce Greenwood, Kyle MacLachlan, Joan Chen, Ji Kao, Amanda Scholl, bunch of folks, this, that, and the other. And basically, it's based on a true story about a peasant boy from rural China who beats impossible odds to become a world-renowned ballet dancer. Could be pretty fun.
What
And,
year?
what's that?
What year?
09, I think.
Huh, interesting.
Yep. So, one day.
Well, I got one from Dane.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, a lot of the ones I had gotten from Dane were opened and used, and this one was very beat up, so I had to make sure that it worked before I could enter it.
Yeah.
But that was the Horror Pack exclusive version of Bong of the Living Dead. You know what's weird is that this does have a very Shaun of the Dead
Yeah.
feel to it, very much. Essentially, it's about all these people. They get high all the time, and there's a zombie apocalypse coming on, and it just kind of treats it like, just another disease coming on out there, and the world's running as normal for a long time. It just is. It slowly degrades. It's not like a quick one like most of these zombie films. It goes like from 0 to 60 in a minute. But this one, it's a slow burn when it gets there. So it straddles the line between comedy and horror. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I liked it well enough, but I need to watch it again. It was pretty decent.
Good deal.
Pretty decent.
All right. Next up, I got something that looks kind of cool. It also looks kind of like one of those things you probably just buy, when you're watching TV late at night. You see those little infomercials come up and whatever, and but you see some of those little nature documentaries that are part of that, and sometimes those can be really good. Like I remember years ago, my youngest brother got a one that we got a kick out of, and I want to find this. It was about like the Brazilian bird-eating spiders,
Oh yeah.
And they were talking about like the indigenous tribes and the way they would use the venom in their rituals and whatever. And they had this little shaman character basically talking about how we must teach the youngsters to take this psychotropic drug. I just thought that was kind of hilarious. But this is not that, but it's probably in that vein. Another library one. This is called Swamp Tigers.
Ah, cool.
And it's just, basically about the tigers that live in the mangrove swamps along the Bay of Bengal, which is a very interesting thought. And like I said, it's kind of a cool looking little
cool looking
case,
cover
so,
there, yeah.
Yeah, so could be worth.
We could do some
It's got
more.
a little booklet in there too, which is really nice actually.
We could always do
Yeah.
with more nice nature documentaries
Right.
in there. Which, by the way, my octopus teacher needs a physical release.
Yes.
So, from that VHS to DVD, of course, Beastmasters 1, 2, and 3 were my main focus, with another one that's going to come up as my choice for a film for Inside Movies Galore towards the end of the month. But there was one I just got on a whim, and that was a film called Coming Soon, which is narrated by Jamie Lee Curtis. And it goes over a lot of the old school trailers for older horror films, goes over a little bit of the history of it, but a lot of it being those previews of coming attractions. It was a really fun watch. It kind of has a kind of a documentary feel, kind of a salute to old school horror. One that I do think is pretty cool, something I think that's later on improved upon by things like In Search of Darkness. So, if you haven't watched it, you should check it out. It's a fun one. You get onto this guy's site, this VHS on-demand site, VHSPS.com, and you can get this burned onto a DVD.
Good times.
Because it's really out of print, and you can't get it on anything but old school VHS. So, yeah.
Right. Alrighty. So, next up, taking a little bit of a break from the library stuff, and I'll do one that I actually got from him a while back. And I've actually, I think, presented everything that I got in this pile at some point. But this one got left behind, partly because of who's involved in it. Fucking Damien. So we have Batman versus Robin. The nice edition that comes with a free Batman. Luckily, it does not come with Damien, because that would have sucked. But this was an alright film. It featured the Court of Owls pretty heavily, which is always kind of fun to see them involved, because you don't see them much. Damian Wayne sucks, and he is very annoying. So the fact that the film largely revolves around him is annoying. But it's a well-made movie otherwise, and I'm glad to have it, you know.
He is Batman's son.
Well, yeah. It's one of the reasons he sucks.
Well, so the last one I got because of a recommendation from Mo on his channel, Drunken Master Studios.
All right.
And that is a film called Crash and Burn.
Oh.
Which, a lot of these old, basically early Full Moon, kind of when they're transitioning away from Empire to Full Moon, those films I also saw myself, I believe, in the 80s, early 90s, on, 1990, on TV. And, it's one of those post-apocalyptic future ones. They're fun. They really are. It's kind of stuff that I remember watching with my father on the TV. And more nostalgia pulled than anything else. Because it was fun. It really was. And it also has an environmental message saying, don't screw with the atmosphere, kids, or else the outside world's going to be so nasty that it's going to burn your skin off. Yeah. You know how that goes.
Yeah.
But hey, you also get big freaking robots. So what do you want?
Yeah. What's wrong with that? So, my last one, again, library pickup, but this was amazingly one that actually came in brand new and unopened, and that's always fun when that happens. It makes you wonder, but it's always fun. And incidentally, one thing that is going to cause me a little bit of a problem in our next few videos is that I'm really running out of stuff to present.
Scraping the bottom of the barrel.
I am scraping the bottom, and part of the reason is because of COVID, the library basically stopped doing donations for a while, stopped taking them, and now we're getting back to business as usual, but we still don't have the friends of the library coming in to handle donations. So, yeah, we're still really not getting donations. So, that's going to be one source not really there for a while.
Yeah.
But it's still kind of fun. And this one for me is nostalgic as well. I used to watch this show as a kid. I absolutely love the movies that it sprung off from. I don't know how much enjoyment I would get out of going back and watching it now, but I was not going to pass up getting a volume of this really cheap, and that is the Pink Panther animated series. This is volume 3 from the series, but like I said, you could do worse than to pick it up, when you can, really cheap. And I'm sure it's fun. It is 27 episodes, so that's not bad.
I want to say Kino has hold of that series, so it might be.
Kino? Yeah, it might be Kino.
Because MGM is the one that's on there, but
right.
I feel like Kino has a hold of it now, so...
It might be. It's either Kino or Shout.
But still, it's fun. It's a fun thing there. Well, if worse comes to worse, it might be that you have to sit and watch me throw out stuff out for some of these. But
I may have to start just presenting stuff that's already there.
Well, hey, could go over stuff you've never presented before to show us into insight into your collection.
Right.
Old pickups.
Some of them, yeah.
But with that being said, I hope you've enjoyed this pickup. Click that like button, hit that subscribe, and share, because sharing is caring.
Yeah.
But we'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.
Bye.